Hey everyone, welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. This week we're going to be talking about managing our worries. So, worry is feeling or showing concern of what is happening or what is going to happen. So, worry also gives us a way to anxiety and feeling unease with ourselves and feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes worry even allows our mind to dwell on the difficulties and problems and or any troubles that are currently happening or may be happening in the future. So one thing to know is that it's okay to feel worried. It's part of human nature. Um, it's always important also to accept your worries, also accepting even all the emotions that you have and that you are experiencing. So, when we feel worried, it's also good to ask ourselves, how does this worry make us feel? Sometimes it may make us feel stressed, sometimes it may make us feel sad or angry. So, just really understanding why are you feeling worried and how is it making you feel? So, once you have done that, it's important to also take ownership of your worries and control the worries that you are experiencing. So, one way of doing that is being able to manage it. So we've been talking a lot about managing our stress and managing our different emotions. So one way of managing your worries is by throwing away your worries literally. So what we're going to do is just practice a coping skill of how we can throw away our worries. So what I want you guys to do is grab a piece of paper. It can be notebook paper, it could be sticky notes, anything you have. I have these here that it's kind of like a to-do list paper. And I want you guys to write down all the worries that you have or that are in your mind. So one of my worries for me is the talk about going back to school. So let's go ahead and write that down, or write down one of the worries that you have. Mine is um, going back to school. See? So I put going back to school, and it's worrying me because it's like, how is it going to look like? Who's going to be at school? How many students are going to be there? Um, like, how are we going to manage all of the stuff that we kind of need to think about of going back to school? There's so many different questions and not that many answers yet. So that's one thing that's worrying me about the talk of going back to school. Another worry I have is just being able to be safe and healthy. So I'm worried about my health and my family's health. Okay, so this is worrying me because, again, if we're going to be going back to school, there's only certain precautions that I can take of being safe and, you know, being able to take care of myself and also taking care of my family and those that I'm around with. So that's one thing that we can do, is that I can do to manage my stress, is just being able to control on what I can do with this. So I have going back to school, worried about like my health and my family's health. Another thing is um, worrying about my car. So there's a time where my car sometimes doesn't work, or there's problems with the engine, or what if I get a flat tire? So it's a lot of worry when driving or going somewhere and I don't know what's going to happen with my car. So that's one thing that I put here too, worrying about my car. Um, so what I want you guys to do is, once you have wrote down all your worries. So I have my 3 worries here, and I'm sure there's a lot more other worries that you can think of or that are just stuck in your mind that you know about, that you also want to write down. So I kind of mentioned a little bit about why I'm worried about them, and I read it to you. And how it makes me feel. Some of them make me feel super stressed out about like my car or my family's health makes me feel nervous. And even going back to school can make me feel a little bit nervous or anxious about that. So after you have written them down, know how they make you feel, just what you're gonna do is I'm gonna do this in front of you, but if you guys can do it over a trash can so that way you don't make mess at home. But you're gonna just rip up the worries. Just rip them up in tiny little pieces so that they can go away. Sometimes you may even want to like step on them or maybe throw them to the trash can or anything at all. You can rip them as tiny as you want so that way no one can see them or no one can be able to reconnect the paper and read it to you. So you're going to just throw them all away. And sometimes this makes you feel a little bit better because you just like wrote down all of your feelings and worries and you just throw them away. And that's it. You really don't have to think about those worries anymore. All you can do is just focus on the things that you can control. So here's some other just gentle reminders. Focus on the stuff you can control and let go of the things that you cannot control. Also, practicing self-care and being able to do the stuff that you really enjoy doing. One of the things that I really enjoy is working out and listening to music. So doing stuff like that. You can also just keep a positive attitude. Yes, I'm nervous about maybe going back to school, but I'm also really excited to meet you all and see everyone in person and being able to get out of the house, and just being grateful. So being able to practice gratitude as well. I'm grateful for my health, even though it is nervous or you are worried about it. But be grateful that you are alive another day and that you're able to experience life and looking forward to the more life that we have. Also being able to exercise and get enough sleep, and remember to always ask for help if you guys need any help managing worries, managing stress, or need someone to talk to. You guys can always reach out to me or your counselor. Feel free to message us, send us a Schoology message, or email us if you guys ever need any support or need someone to talk to. We're always here to help you guys. But until then, I will see you guys next week for a new Wellness Wednesday video. Bye.